Good morning, everyone. I'm testing a headset today, so hopefully this will give us some good sound from the game and from me. Uh, hey, look at this. It is a Singles Day celebration giveaway of this guy who's part of Lochwain for Lady Mikage. Great. They're giving away Lochwain anyway, aren't they? On Amazon? Give us the other champs. Give us the epics. I don't want to compete in a spider tournament for a rare. That's really stupid, Polarium. What are you doing? What are you doing? So let's go to Live Arena. And we got an hour and 38. I don't have to worry about doing Burrito's account. We've agreed. I'm gonna stay off his account during CVC. His work in the clan is too valuable. Ooh, fastest win ever. Look at that. And up to gold 2 we go. Thank you, whoever you were. A blur. It was a blur. Everything this morning is a blur. Got up late. Just rushed to make myself breakfast. Was super hungry, so I made myself potatoes, bacon, eggs. And now I feel kind of like an astronaut. All right, Lord Zath. How are you going to open? Lord Zath is going to open by thinking real hard. Siffy. No, it's Sun Wukong. Cool. I will counter with Ramen 2, because he shuts down Sun Wukong. I could also counter with this guy. Man, I wish I had an Anithui Blood Swim. Or a Mordtu Macabre. Or the Vampire Pair. I was thinking about that the other day. Ash made a video about interesting pairs, like OP pairs, and I'm inspired by that. I actually want to try one of the pairs he mentioned because I happen to have them. I don't know if this is going to be the time to do it. I'm not seeing any cleansers, so I'm gonna go for the bombs, but I'm gonna start with Mithrala, and I guess the bomber to go for would be him. There were a lot of really cool pairs in there. He did not name Helikath and UDK, which I found really surprising, since I I think I learned that pair from him. You'll see a bunch of people use that pair, but I think I first saw him use it, and I was hooked at that point. I was just hooked. Wow, there's 5 revivers here. That's really obnoxious. I am not sure what to make of that. Lots of cleansing capability, so I don't know if I want to dare bring a second. This is going to be rough to deal with. So who am I banning? Well, you know I'm banning his Sun Wukong. Yeah, he's banning my block reviver. I'm just going to get rid of his damage. And then I don't know. Um, so I'll go with the accuracy. I have a bad feeling about this. There's so much revive on this team that he might just be able to literally revive me to death. Because I don't have any. Kind of a weird strategy. So Tau, that's the Ancient Order, I think. Lord Zath from the Ancient Order. So he's presumably going to start with his, oh, he's going to start by provoking us. Wow. He's fucking us up good and proper. They're really fast, too. Jeez, my hat's off to you, Lord Zath. You kicked my ass with a bunch of revivers. I bet Uko is actually built really nukey. I'd love to examine your team sometime, Lord Zath. That was really cool. It was fast. It looked like it wouldn't be fast. So obviously there's some sneaky mechanics going on there. So we got Joni 7. I'm going to take Sun Wukong. So the pair that I mentioned is maybe I want to try it now too. So this is the pair that I like, right? You all know this if you've been following along. If this is your first time watching me, this is the pair that I like. Helicath, UDK. Now, Ash mentioned a reviver pair, which was Ursula the Mourner and Godseeker Neri. I think it's a really neat idea. I don't know if it's a great idea to bring both of them to a fight like this. But the idea is that she has a increase defense and strengthen on a 3-turn cooldown, and she can extend debuffs or extend buffs, and she can also reset cooldowns whenever she revives, say Ursula. So if there's any kind of interplay there, you get practically infinite defense, infinite revives. It could be something really handy to depend on. I'm kind of thinking maybe Goffred would be better in this slot than Godseeker Neri. But you know what? I wanted to try this out. They're not even built for Arena. I don't even know if they're particularly tough, but they are both in Immortal Regen. So they'll be healy enough. And they're already bringing OP revivers, so I don't have to feel bad about bringing some. I don't know if I want to deal with this buff strip, so I might just eliminate that. But then again, you know what? I probably should get rid of Harima. And we can live with the buff strips. I think Harima is worse. So let's lead with Helicath. Now I'm not sure I'm really bringing a sound team here. I just wanted to test out this combo. And I'm glad they eliminated Sun Wukong because it really does let me try these two OP pairs together. I just don't love the fact that I could get stripped twice. All right. So, let's get in the block damage. So I think Madame Cerie is going to get to go again before I get to do my my revive. She doesn't seem to have enough accuracy to get my UDK. That's handy. So I'll use the revive now. Puts that increased defense up on many of my champions. The true fear is a deterrent, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for the A1. I don't really care if I lose an A1 because that doesn't have a cooldown. Oh, that's weird. Helicath isn't using his... Oh, there's no block damage on UDK anymore. Got removed. How did that happen? I thought it hadn't happened. So... Unfortunately, Godseeker Aniri is probably not going to do a lot of damage. This may not be a great team against something like this. I don't know. Hopefully, Helicath's block damage will refresh, so I can start getting off way more attacks. Let's use the AoE. Yeah, I need to build my Helicath to do more damage. I said this yesterday. I haven't had time to get around to him today. I was hoping to get in some time this morning to change some builds. I slept instead. No regrets about that. None whatsoever. So this could be a slow, drawn-out fight between two really stubborn people. Or it could end very quickly. And Madame Suri may make all the difference. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. Joni, you got it. Good game, Joni. I think the way to try to run something like that is to run it when you're sure they don't have buff strippers. So I will start with Mithrala. So we're dealing with the monkey again. So let's get these two in there. It amuses me how often Fenax will get banned. I'm not expecting them to ban Fenax, but if you build Fenax right, he can be a lingering threat. So that's a pretty good response to all this. Maybe at this point I want bombs. I think that's probably the way to go. So I'll bring a couple of bombers. And right now I'm looking at eliminating Sun Wukong, since he's the only buff stripper. Yeah, that's who I'm going to eliminate. That is good sound logic as far as I'm concerned. So I'll take the accuracy aura, just in case they take the resist aura. We should have plenty of accuracy, but you never know. You really never know. It's kind of fun. I'm really looking forward to the day they eliminate polymorph as like a major OP thing. Just dial it back from an 11 to about a 3. You know? Now, I think I was keeping track of how much polymorph there was. I think polymorph is on just UDK. So there is one chance to polymorph me before I manage to place all my bombs. So let's try to get some of those bombs out now. I really want to get Harima. We should be okay to get Harima because the Rat King is the right affinity. I think this is pretty much game. You dial this down to 1 turn each. Boom, 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 boom. Good game. Krabenik. End start. I feel like I've seen that name before. I feel like we'll see some of the same familiar faces or familiar names from time to time. I was watching Papa Drock do some of his fights last night, and I think he pretty much constantly fought the same guy twice in a row, which is extra funny because one of those guys was Constant. That's his name, Constant with a Q. Same guy that fought with Hell Hades over that. Let's go with this one. Uh, hmm. Yeah. Same guy that fought with Hell Hades over that Krisk. I don't even remember who won. I think Hell Hades won the Krisk, but it might have been Constant. Either way, I'd wager neither of them really needed the Krisk. They both just wailed out in this tournament to see who could get the Krisk. One of them got it and probably doesn't use it. Definitely going to ban Marichka because she also needs to be nerfed. Galarium's probably never really going to nerf her. There really are ways around her. It's not as bad as Polymorph. I'll have to give credit where credit's due. She is not as bad as Polymorph. I'll bring an extra bomber. I want to bring just a little something else. Maybe I'll bring Uko. Uko's nice and annoying. He'll probably want to eliminate Uko. Or do I want Kymar? Maybe Kymar is a better affinity to bring for the Sun Wukong. So I'll bring Kymar. Even though I'd rather have Uko. I'm going to eliminate Marichka. And hopefully this is not like a Yumeko or a Warlord or something else that I need to prioritize banning. In fact, I probably have to ban Marichka no matter what it is. Because otherwise, things could get absolutely horrible. So I have no regrets doing this. She's the only cleanser. She's the only source of revive other than Arby. And they eliminated the Kymar, which is perfect. It plays into my plan. So I'm going to bring an accuracy lead. I think they went with the speed. I looked away. I looked at my tea just for a moment. I still need my fuel. Personally, I think they should actually have gone with resist because you can look at my team and get the sense I'm not going to outspeed an Arbiter. But I might have enough accuracy. I think basically if you're fighting me, you should assume I'm always wearing Stone Skin. I always assume everybody could be wearing Stone Skin on the enemy side, which is why I don't even bother with speed teams. Normally, sometimes I try. I had that one time where I picked Arbiter 10 times in a row. But I feel like that session really didn't go well. So let's take away the strengthens and the passives. And Arby's actives. This is pretty much over. So good game and start. I've seen you before. I feel like I'm going to see you again. So good luck on the next one and start in advance. So 5 more fights. Another thing that happened to Papa Drock even more I mean, much more than happens at my level. He's in the top 10 now. Um, and at this level, maybe the timer will tick all the way up once. I think it happened to him like 4 times in a row. Just 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 4 or 5 minutes of complete dead time. I think basically if that happens, just let him fight somebody in a lower tier. Hell, I'll fight him. He will absolutely demolish my champions, but I'll still fight him. I'd even get really excited on the stream. Not that I'm actually streaming yet. I'm tempted to start streaming. I need to create a Twitch account for that. I'm often averse to learning too many new things at once. Try to do one thing at a time. Right now, I'm just trying to master doing this well. So I want to get rid of that Yumeko. I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'll go with the Helicath paradigm. Just because I'm expecting too many ways to block bombs. For my final person, I'm not sure. Hey, look at that. He's bringing bombers. That's interesting. I'm not even entirely sure who this is. Is that the new orc with the buzzsaw arms? Astrolith does that single target bombing thing. Plan is probably just to bomb out Mithrala. Hmm. Not sure. Um, so let's just get rid of Yumiko. It's possible there's a combo going on here where she places bombs and then he spreads them. Let's take the defense. I keep saying I need to build my Mithrala. There's so many champions I want to rebuild. And there are those last 5 fragments for Timid that I still need to earn during CVC through artifact enhancement. So I'm going to get on that after my sesh. I definitely want to look into Helicath. Oh, interesting. Oh, you know what? You know what? He probably... Anyway, yeah, he's doing the thing that I said. We are dead. So, a good game. I should have known. I mean, I did know. I said, I think this is what's going on. And I should have banned Astralisk. I just hate getting shut down by Yumeko, you know? But sometimes maybe you have to deal with that if you see an absolutely lethal combination you can't deal with. Because even Mithrala, basically, for her to survive that, I need to build her with some stone skin artifacts and then get her an immunity set. And I'm thinking when I have the gear for it, that's what I'll do. And then Astrolith can come in thinking that she can hit Mithrala before she can cleanse, but she won't be able to. In this case, she went for UDK, but UDK might actually interrupt that. Here, we'll go with these two today. Anyway, something to bear in mind for the future. We got a new fight ahead of us. Zombie Shrek. I haven't seen all the Shrek movies. Did he become a zombie in one of them? Or is that a new internet meme? There are so many memes out there. So you're going fast. I guess I'm gonna go slow. we got to be careful. In fact, I don't think we have room for Mithrala and the Helicath paradigm. Maybe I should just be going for bombs then. Okay. So I'll go with Mithrala. I'll go with the Rat King. The tentative plan is to eliminate the Monkey King. I think I just backwashed tea into my sinuses. I know, right? Thanks for sharing, Gavin. But it's not a great feeling. I don't want him to have block debuffs, so I might eliminate Siffy. Could take a second bomber just to give me the maximum chance. I think it has to be this way. And hopefully the Stone Skin can hold. But Monkey King may have something to say about that. So I'm losing Duchess. So I'm all in on these bombs. It's either going to work immediately, or it's not. So she does the fear thing. He takes away one of my bombers. And we miraculously still have our bombs that we can place. You know what? I'm fine waking them up. Because if they kill him, they blow up. What a great unit, Gaius. I may get saved by that passive, which seems cheap, but you know what? Sun Wukong is also cheap. Boom. There you go. Good game, good Zombie Shrek. In we go for a couple more fights. As I sit here, feeling like an astronaut. I'll go with Mithrala. I find whenever I don't take her right away, I want her, but then no longer have room for her. I really want that Astrolith counter. I really want it. But my goodness. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for Helicath UDK. I wonder, statistically, what are the odds of getting the exact pieces that I want to make this Mithrala possible? I need 2 pieces of jewelry that are Dark Elf that have the stone skin. So Dark Elves are 1 faction out of 15. So that's 1 in 15 times 1 in 2 that it's stone skin. And that's anytime I win a Hydra Clash. So that's a 1 in 30 chance to get what I want. The 1 in 2 times that my clan actually wins Hydra Clash. See, I hate this. Because that's like 1 in 60. That's pretty terrible. Um, can go for some defensive stuff. Let's see. Who do I want? I want I want to try Ursula again, but I won't try Godseeker Neri. Instead, I'll just bring in. Maybe I'll bring in Iron Brago. When's the last time I used him? Or you know what? We could bring in Goffred, because his passive can save Ursula if she's knocked out first. And then I just realized I've only brought one source of damage. Well, what can you do? If he realizes that and eliminates my Helicath, I'll just resign. Because I'm not even if this team could somehow stay in, and I'm not going to do that to you guys. So who do I want to eliminate? I want to eliminate the only one that I think can actually strip us. So we lose Mithrala. I can live with that. I'll lead with Helicath. I don't love the fact we're dealing with 2 revivers. Particularly 2 really OP revivers. And if it turns out that this is going to be a long drawn out fight too, I am still going to resign. Life is just too short to stay in on fights like this. So he's doing something defensive. So I need to change Helicath. I need to change Goffred, because he's also naked. I feel like he should be coming in with Stone Skin so his passive can kick in on, say, Ursula, if she's the one that's going to go down first. So we put this up. I'm going to risk the AoE. Probably don't need it anyway. In fact, all I really wanted was the increased defense. Here it is. I got some redundancy in here. So I think I see what his strategy is with the True Fierce, because he's got a lot of it. I don't know. Let's put in some healing. I actually have Fortis, and they were talking about him maybe getting a buff at some point. They keep talking about these things that they're going to do. We never know when we're going to see them. There's still that big change coming that's going to be even bigger than Doom Tower, right? What I'd really like is a Siphi, because then I have a unit that brings increased defense and block debuffs on the same move. Is she the only champion in the game that has those 2 together? Because if that's the case, that's rough. Because I really want that. There's so many champions I've got that could benefit from that. Otherwise, these True Fears are just going to be landing on us, and it's annoying, but it's not really like iconostasy. You're not gonna scare me to death. So what's the plan here? So everybody's still mostly under block debuffs. I want to use his stun when they're not. I still don't want to risk it. Yeah. He can remove buffs. That's good to know. Oh, maybe I'll put some of this stuff up now. So he appears to be really accurate. The Pumpkin King. Jack the Pumpkin King, is that his name? So I want to take the most godly savage gear on my account. Put it on Helicath. Because I use this strategy so much. Sure. Come to think of it, I changed some of my settings, so I don't think I could even pause this video if I wanted to. Yeah, I don't have the option to pause because I started encoding in MP4 instead of what it was doing before because it was just taking up so much space on my drive. Still, we seem to be making some progress. It's super slow though. Let's go for the stun. Well, that was a little anticlimactic. Well, I don't have any choice. I gotta attack her. I would say at this point, both of our strategies have the potential to work, but neither of us really built in enough damage to make sure it can wall break. Oh, never mind. Way to prove me wrong, like right at this moment. I mean, I'm still not defeated because I still have my reviver. Hopefully I'm not speaking too soon. It's going to be pretty difficult. So I can just do this. Nope, they evidently have Life Harvest. So you gotta go after my reviver. If you can. Let's see, who do I want to try to provoke here? How about him? Hey, did I lie when I said I wasn't going to force this guy to stay in for half an hour? Because now I kind of want to stay in and see where this goes. I mean, for me, it just means more content, right? I could just stay here and try to fill the dead air. But under normal circumstances, I'd probably have resigned by now. Just because I don't I don't think I care about winning that much. It's almost like a fool's errand, right? Every time you lose, you then fight somebody easier. Every time you win, you then fight someone harder. But there's still something in all of us that makes us want to win in the now. Like we pathologically just have to win in the now. There's some kind of ego thing going on. That's probably why so many relationships fall apart. People will fixate on winning rather than on the long game, which is basically to just look your woman in the eye and say, you know what, honey? You're right. You don't have to believe it. You just have to say it. And it said your woman. It could be your man. This could apply to homo or hetero couples, men or women. That said, I'm going to put aside my ego. And I'm going to say, good game, Rat Icono Stacy. And I think maybe he even could have won. But for now, let's move on to the next fight. So Wordy Sam, using the Galek icon at level 100. Whenever I see Harima, I think bombs. So I'll go with Mithrala. I'll go with Ramen 2. And that's probably why Polymorph is such a good blessing for Harima. It gives the defense increase, right? As the stat bonuses. So that is helpful. That's why I've got it on Helicath. I figure if they take away my block damage, I want to use Polymorph. So Polymorph, Polymorph. I think she's the one I'm going to have to ban. This is going to be a really awful fight, isn't it? So I'll take the Monkey King at this point. I think I also want to take Fenax to have somebody who blocks revive. Because I don't really know what's coming. But I already see a bunch that I'd like to ban here. This looks like one of those accounts that just isn't really well suited for me fighting them. So maybe I still want a bomber. Do I want the Rat King? Do I want maybe Gaius? We'll bring Gaius. We have to eliminate Marichka or we can't win. Because I figured you'd probably ban him. Even though Rhodos is also like the perfect counter to him. Rhodos is also the perfect counter to the Monkey King. And he's already got Ultimate Death Knight. So, this is going to be awkward, but doable. I have a plan. This can work. I'm gonna open with accuracy. I saw 2 different polymorphs still available to him, so that's not great, but again, we're going for that chance. It's all about having a chance to get him, and I don't want to be going first. That is not the right order for me. So I get polymorphed. He gets to put up his block debuffs, and I think we already lost. Okay, it is possible because I got 2 turns of Stone Skin on him. The good that I chose him, because my Rat King only has one turn of it. Monkey King could also potentially strip. But he needs to have the time to get in there. So she's going to do her A1. There's not really much else for her to do. Sun Wukong comes in, but Ultimate Death Knight gets to go first. Weak hit. All right. The bombs are still not really what I want. Why did he have to cut in here? That's just annoying. Hmm. Well, let's try to steal some buffs. I guess there is, theoretically, still a chance with Sun Wukong. But basically, I need to be able to hit Ultimate Death Knight when he's not under Stone Skin. And we got Polymorph for 2 turns. That's not broken at all, Plarium. I don't want to use this yet. Oh, maybe I do. Resisted. Wow. So I think I'm outclassed anyway. We can't blame the Polymorph, but the Polymorph is not helping. Actually, we totally can blame the Polymorph. I mean, if I hadn't gotten Polymorphed here, I'd have been able to do something good with that. Let's go for the A1. Probably a sounder choice to do the A3, but I just don't care. All right. Well, I can no longer do my my A2. I have to wait for that to come around again. Probably not going to get another chance at this point. So, Plarium. Polymorph is a problem. So we'll do our last fight against Limp JDS. I'll bring Mithrala. Nope, that's Duchess. Maybe I want Duchess. I'll bring Duchess. What the hell? I'll bring Duchess and I'll bring Sun Wukong. Alright, so they're bringing bombers. So I will counter with a cleanser. I'm going to bring Helicath. To bring in more too. Okay, so I'll bring UDK. I'm going to ban him. probably. And give me the defense aura. So we got that block debuffs up. Hopefully Mithrala goes first so I can cleanse it. She really should. So let's get my block damage up. And now we can start smacking them around. And Helicath is hitting these guys pretty hard. So what I'm thinking is in that change to Savage, he's probably really going to be smacking these guys around. This is going to be the toughest guy. You can tell just by looking at him, he's going to be the toughest guy. Do I want to go for the stick now? Here, I'm gonna hit everybody first. Oh, look at that. We're actually in a very good position. Oh, he's in deep trouble. He's in a heap of trouble. Good game, Limpjids. So, that's about it. Let's see. How'd we do today? 2 victories. I mean, that first one was technically a victory. One of these defeats was probably technically a draw. So you know what? We'll just say 5-5. I'm happy with that. Leaderboards we will check, even though we'll be at 2200 anyway. And as usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.